Side of Life podcast.
Hey, welcome. Another episode of Sunny Side of Life podcast, episode 9 to be exact. This one is entitled Listener Email. I've received a couple of emails asking for like some advice or my opinion. And so that's what we're going to do coming up inside the Spotlight Hour a little later on inside the podcast. So let's get to the weekend's recap. Pretty much watched that new Denzel movie, The Little Things. So good. Oh my gosh. So good. And that's what I'm talking about with movies. That movie right there, the plot of it, the veteran actors with new actors, the writing, the actual look of the movie, instead of, sometimes on Netflix, the look of it is just too cheesy for me. I like a certain camera like action. I don't know if that makes sense, but that movie definitely did it for me. It was so good. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth the price of admission, okay? Which is on your couch for either free with HBO Max or go ahead and shell us some coins for the app because it's worth it. What else did I do? I received some natural hair care products. So I was able to talk to one of the owners, Shanika, and I'm going to do a review on that. I was excited for that. The energy that she and her family possess, because it's actually for relatives that have the business, and the energy that she has and the passion, I was really excited to be able to receive these products and to do the review. So I've been prepping all weekends on how to present it and, where I'm going to set up in my house to do it. That's like the big thing, the lighting and all of this. I actually dressed up today so I can start filming some of it today. And so I did my makeup. I'm looking cute today. I'm like, all right, I put some effort in, hair up in a little bun. Okay. So I'm excited to do that after the podcast. So that's a little something that I could talk about. You know what I mean? What else? Oh, bonding with Paisley. So Paisley is my parakeet, and I just got him maybe about 2 weeks now, or a little over a week now. And he's a boy, not quite 2 months yet. And I've never had a bird in my adult life. So learning the language of the bird and learning the just different ways to interact with him has been quite a learning experience. Seeing him grow and fly and just do all of these things, it's just so beautiful. And then watching my Doberman Boris, it's really an adjustment for him as well, because he doesn't know what this thing is. He just see it chirping and flapping the wings, and he's told baby, and we introduced him to Paisley, let him sniff him, and he still doesn't know what it is. So he's actually pretty whiny, like, oh my gosh, what is this? And he's very timid, which if you see a picture of him, you'll be like, he looks like such a killer, but he is like the sweetest baby ever. And so he got anxiety. He doesn't know what it is. And he's just like wanting to go outside, so I'm learning to adapt with him and try to make him feel comfortable. He was able to sleep in the bed last night. That helped him. He's become a little bit more comfortable. Bunny don't give a damn. You hear me? My star bunny is like, I don't care if anybody in here knew or not. I'm still going to do me. And she's just ripping and running and living her fabulous bunny life. So that's what I've been doing this past week, just experiencing that. And you could check out the pictures and videos. I posted them up on my Instagram and my Facebook about my little zoo here, my little home zoo. And that was really it. And no. Me and Malcolm went out to dinner. So we had like a little date night and it was cool. But I mean, it's COVID. So it's hard. You got to like look at your time, other people waiting. Like it sucks. Okay. I cannot wait to get back to some type of normal interaction and behavior. Let's just keep the 6 feet. Don't be all up on me when I'm at the grocery store. Like, back up. I'm cool with that. Okay. And that's been my week and my weekend. So, not too much going on. I hope you had a great one. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, hit that follow button, and I'd like to follow you back as well and see, like, how you doing. Who's listening, and all of that. So if you don't mind, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, the Sunny Side of Life Facebook page has all the information that I talk about inside the I talk about the hot topic a little bit, but all the stuff that's in the What's Happening segment, like current news, funny stuff, articles I've read, I have that all on the Facebook page, Sunny Side of Life Podcast. So make sure you go and like that page, okay? Let's move on to What's Happening. We'll be back in less than 30 seconds.
What's happening?
Shout out to my niece, Mercedes. I don't know if I told you this, but she's the intro to What's Happening. She came over to my house and I'm like, I need your voice. And I recorded her, and that is the inspiration for that. So shout out to my niece. Sad news, but also there's so much that she's done. She's going to live on forever. Cicely Tyson, we lost last week. And man, she did it till the end. Talk about go out with a bang. She did it to the end and looked fabulous doing it. You hear me? I loved it. My mom, I remember the story of the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, my mom's favorite movie. And I remember watching that, and I didn't really understand it. I just saw that she was a black woman doing a movie, like a major movie. And I remember watching that, and then being an adult and then going back and watching that movie. Powerful. So Cicely Tyson left behind such a legacy for us that she is going to live on for a very, very, very long time. All right. Moving on to Demi Moore. Now, we all used to be like, damn, Demi Moore look good. She done scooped up Ashton Kutcher, married him, had Bruce Willis. Like, Demi Moore, yes, beautiful. I don't know what happened. Listen to this. She appeared on a runway in Paris recently. She looks crazy. You hear me? This plastic surgery is totally out of control. Like, she literally, like, the fillers and stuff she's got in her cheeks, and oh my gosh, like, that hurt my heart, because I'm like, yo, Demi Moore was so beautiful. Like, damn, you got to see this picture. Go on the Facebook page, Sunny Side of Life Podcast. Oh my gosh. Subway, apparently their tuna sub is not real tuna. There's a lawsuit being brought against them by two women out of California. And they're saying that they had the tuna tested and it came back as other. Other what? Like, what other? And tuna's mad cheap. Like, what other thing could that possibly be? Oh, I don't eat that tuna anyway, so I'm not a Subway fan, period. So Kelly Dodd, Real Housewives of the OC. Can we just talk about her for a minute? It is so clear she's a Trump supporter and she watches Fox News all day. She's a Republican to the max. The Mexican Republican, which, listen, the Mexican Republicans is crazy. Crazy. She's definitely one of them. Her whole attitude on the Real Housewives of OC was just unbelievable. Okay. She had the nerve to yell out, "I'm black." I'm black. When Bronwyn was saying that, listen, that was insensitive wearing a Drunk Wives Matter hat during the height of Black Lives Matter. And so she yelled that out. Like, that would give her a pass to do that. What? And first of all, you are not black. You may have some portion in you, but you're not walking this earth labeled as a black woman. You're not. And Andy Cohen caught her and threw that at her. And thank you, Andy Cohen, because put her in her place. Absolutely. Okay. Bronwyn, I think they're giving her a hard time. Granted, she's all over the place, bugged out, but listen, in those interviews, I don't see anywhere where she said that her castmates are racist and homophobic. She said, can she talk to somebody about that? And she said no, and she can't. Like, her point was valid on that reunion, because as soon as she said what she said, they came and attacked her. Oh my gosh. Real Housewives of the OC was pretty boring this season. I mean, they tried to scrape together, just like how I feel when I'm trying to find some content to talk about what I did to make it interesting. That's what they were doing with this. The reality shows are really suffering. But that whole reunion is so... Ugh. One thing about Bronwyn, though, I'm not gonna lie, like the whole situation with her husband, I kind of feel bad. Like, he's just like there. He's got mad kids. He's trapped. Like, he can't really do anything but kind of accept the way things are. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. Anyway, Seattle Seahawks, Chad Wheeler, that football player, white guy, who beat the living shit out of his fiance for not bowing down to him. Then he goes on to say it's because he didn't take his medication. You piece of shit. You copped out with medication. If you see these pictures of his fiance, it's appalling. The NFL is not going to do anything about it, because they don't give a fuck when it comes to women. They don't. All of these football players that done choked out their wives, they don't suspend these dudes. They don't show, like, you don't do this. They don't do that. It's the game first. Man, go to the Facebook page. Look at them pictures. Tell me you aren't going to be enraged. Oh, yeah. Wendy Williams. Oh, gosh. By the way, her documentary aired last night. This is Saturday or Sunday, the 31st of January. And her documentary aired last night. I recorded it. I'm going to watch it soon as I finish all my recording. She has been putting out some tea, ramping up the drama. Brum, bum, 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 bum. First, it was her and her brother over the funeral of her mom, and calling him out on her show. Then she dropped a bomb on us. Method Man, Wendy, Method Man